All right, welcome back to Cube 2025. It's time to kick off our next panel. Our next panel is Starnet Behind the Paradise. We have crystals in the chat and on stage. So, take it away.
Hi everyone, welcome to Starnet Behind the Paradise. So Starnet is a tropical island skyblock server, and we're basically all about community, social aspects, PvE, skyblock. It's a lot of things combined into one, but it makes a lovely product in the end. So just to start us off, why don't we play the trailer? So that was our trailer, and so as you can see, Starnet is all about the community, and we have loads and loads of custom features, elements, items, but that's not really what we're here for to start with. To start with, we want to speak about the reality of working on a Minecraft server, and owning Minecraft servers as a whole. So starting a Minecraft server isn't easy. It takes a lot of work and can be a very long and painstaking process. It's not cheap to start a Minecraft server either. While some people work for free, like a lot of the people on Starnet are volunteers, there are loads of aspects which you still have to pay for. For example, hosting services. Most hosting services for even servers our size, which is quite small at the moment, can cost up to $200 a month, and that's just for one dedicated server. Marketing. A lot of content creators don't work for free, and therefore you end up having to pay them for their services to be able to even grow your server to the point where you can start making money. Artists. We have one main artist, which is Jaden, our project lead, who does most of our art in-house. But most people don't have someone that works in-house, and therefore they have to hire external modelers. Even Starnet does that from time to time, and that costs a large amount of money. Some modelers charge $20 for a small model. Newer modelers charge about $5, so it really just depends. But for the best products, you pay more to the higher end of that spectrum. Also, we've got a lot of extra content. So, for example, some of our cosmetics, companions, or just on other servers, weapons, crates, loads and loads of things. It's very difficult. It's very difficult to create them on a tight budget with a very small team like ours, and therefore a lot of money is spent on extra resource pack items, mainly from sites such as MC Models, made to your style. They can be found for cheaper amounts on MC Models, but they aren't exclusive to your server. So it's a great tool for new servers, and even large networks sometimes as a way of saving money. But generally, players don't mind if models aren't your own, as long as they get cool looking items in game. That's what really matters. But I've also seen the flip side of this, where if you buy models in game, players get really angry and then you end up having to apologize. But that being said, because a lot of that can sound really expensive and not very exciting, it can be worth it. Networks make hundreds of dollars a day, Not ours at the moment because we're growing, and most servers won't. But larger networks, they can make hundreds of dollars a day, even thousands of dollars a day, without even touching them. Once you have a solid base. So basically, what I'm saying is it is worth taking that leap, because all it requires is passion, hard work, and a bit of funding. So next up, I want to go on about working on a Minecraft server, because I can imagine a lot of the people at Cubed, this is really what their thing is. A lot of people are freelancers, commissioners, modelers, artists, builders, content creators, and this is where this bit comes in. So working for a Minecraft server can be extremely stressful, but a lot of it is also extremely fun, and it can be a really great way of making money if you're working for larger networks. And even if you don't work on Minecraft at the moment, it's quite easy to get involved. This is a quote from a previous post of mine. For smaller servers, it's not quite the same. These money amounts aren't the same. But working for larger Minecraft servers, this is kind of what you can expect. If you're just an artist, you don't even have to have experience on Minecraft modeling. You can try Minecraft modeling using services such as Blockbench, or the other day or yesterday's panels there was BBS, Blockbuster Studios mod, I think it is, which people use, and then you can create animations for Minecraft, and you can get paid for that. A lot of modelers get paid $20 plus per hour. For example, a small model, so that's like 1 by 1 block. Some of them can literally be paid $20 per hour. Most modelers charge per model though, rather than per hour, because they make more money doing that. Also, if you're a developer, you don't have to have experience in Minecraft development, but if you know JavaScript, Kotlin, or even if you just want to have a go, then you can try Minecraft plugin development. And most developers on large networks can get paid $25 to like $40 per hour. For example, I know a Minecraft server which pays developers ranging from $30 to $40 per hour. So that's a lot of money. And if you're interested in architecture, construction, or literally sculpting, or to be honest, anything to do with building, then you can try Minecraft building. It's not that hard once you get used to it, and builders can make hundreds per project when working with large companies. So it's a lot of money. That's why this summarizing statement at the bottom is there. Minecraft isn't just for kids, it's a plausible way of making money, and it's also great fun. It's not fading, but it's evolving across generations, so you might as well take the leap and turn this wonderful game into a career. I did work experience at a kids camp last summer, and all the kids, the thing that they were most excited for was the Minecraft day. On a Friday, we had Minecraft days, and that was the thing that they are most excited for. It actually became the busiest day of the whole week, and at lunch we actually had to schedule in like a 20-minute Minecraft session because they loved it that much. So yeah, it's not dying anytime soon. All that being said, there is a structure to Minecraft servers. It's not just one person that runs it. For example, I'm not even the project lead of Starnet. I'm the team manager of Starnet. And I work alongside two other admins, Jaden, who's our project lead and founder, and B, who is our staff manager, and we have a hierarchy structure. So, at the top of the pyramid, we've got Jaden, who's our project lead, and he manages both myself and B. Myself and B have some sort of input as well. For example, I give Jaden tasks, we talk and stuff like that. It's not just Jaden gives stuff to us, we also give stuff to Jaden. For example, he's our artist as well, and builder, and he's also a developer. He's an all-rounder. and so we also give roles to him so that we're all working on the same thing. So myself as the team manager, I look over 5 different roles: developers, artists, modelers, builders, and quality assurance. So I'll go into a bit more depth about all of those and what I do for that. So developers, I give them tasks. We have 3 different developers: me, myself, Jaden, and DB20. Um, myself, myself, I work on like a lot of the new features, the larger new features. For example, some of the stuff that we'll be showing later today. But then we've also got DB20, who's our lead at bug reports and mini games, and then we've got Jaden, who does everything. Jaden does everything. Then we've got our artists. So we actually recently haven't had that many artists, but we've recently hired someone new, and they work on concept art for new features. And we've also got another artist who works on our marketing, and they also worked on something that I'll be showing a bit later as well. So that's exciting. And then we have modelers. At the moment, we've only actually got one modeler. We've had more before, um, but we mainly hire externally for like really large things, just because it's a lot of work for us to do as a small team. But so our main modeler is Jaden, and then we've also got another modeler called oh, I'm really bad at pronouncing their name. They're called Gabbo, I think. Hopefully I pronounced that right. Who works on a lot of the content that I'll be showing later in this panel. And they are very good at what they do. And then we've got builders, which comprises of Jaden and Fishy. And what I do for them is I basically put tasks on our ClickUp, which I'll be speaking about a bit later when I talk about the project lifecycle. And then they do those tasks on one of our development servers. Quality assurance. Now, quality assurance is actually the most unknown position. A lot of people don't know what they do, and it's actually one of the more confusing positions. So quality assurance, their whole role, and every server, in my opinion, should have a quality assurance team. But the quality assurance role is all about looking after the community in a way that if they report bugs, they go straight to developers really quickly. If it's like a dupe bug or it's a game-breaking bug, they spam ping developers, we get it done. But they also give feedback on new features. They test all the new features. They give us suggestions on how to improve the server. They do a whole lot, even though it's a really small team. And that team comprises of Otter and a couple of our moderators. And it's a really small team, but it works really effectively. And it's the reason why when we release new content, it's not as buggy as if we were just if we don't have the QA team. So yeah, QA is a big lifesaver, and it's actually a really recent addition of the Starnet team, but it was definitely really worth it. And then our staff manager B, so she looks after the senior moderators, and also QA. So senior moderators at Starnet, they look after the moderators, but they also have a couple more permissions. So we have different features which link to our Discord. And then what they can do is they can like refund items through Discord. They can do a whole load of things, and they can also look over a lot of they can look over what other moderators are doing, train new moderators. So really the senior moderators work coincide with the staff manager. And then moderators, they look after our community. They're a really big part of Starnet, actually, because we're so community and socially, like, gameplay heavy. And so moderators are super important for us. So now I want to go on to the project lifecycle. So this is how Minecraft servers should run, in my opinion. It's how a lot of servers run. So yeah. So the first step in the project lifecycle for us is planning. So what this involves is producing actual ideas, discussing with the team, and working out ways to implement it with other systems. So on the next slide, we've got examples of our planning. So on Starnet, we have a big planning forum on our staff Discord. And basically, we list ideas. We list so many ideas, and it comes out like this. They're not always the most professional ideas, they're not always the ideas that end up coming out, but it just helps us lay things out. It's like for a builder, we give a blueprint, we create the blueprint of what we want. For development, we come up with the ideas that they need to create. And that's why we've got the little graphic of me in the corner with a blueprint, is because that's basically what the planning phase is. It's creating the blueprint that other teams can go off to create something really spectacular. So yeah. Next up in the project lifecycle, we have visualization. So this involves creating concept art, mood boards, and collating reference images. So this is also a really important part of the project lifecycle because it's how we give our ideas to people. We don't just spew words at them. We also need them to create concept art, and that's where our artists come in. Because we need them to be able to help other teams create visuals. So on the next slide is an example of some of our concept art. This was done by an old modular of Starnet, and it's just amazing. It helped them so much, but it also helped us so much because we could make tweaks before the modules were even made, and then modelers didn't have to manually adjust things after the production because we could just give them this and they knew exactly what they needed to do. It's how a load of ideas come to life, and it's just really cool. They look really cool, and they're great teasers for the community as well. It's actually some of our favourite teasers that we've ever given. It's not the in-game content because you'll get to see that, but it's actually the concept art which goes behind all the work. So yeah. Next up is step 3. So the next step is distribution, which is handing out tasks to different members of the team based on what they work on, and working out if we want to hire externally or internally. So on our next slide, we've got a view of distribution for Starnet. So the way that we work is using ClickUp. So ClickUp is a really, really helpful management tool where you can basically upload tasks, sort tasks into different categories, and it's a really useful tool to be able to manage workflow because you can see exactly how someone's going, you can see if they've worked on stuff yet, or if it's still in or if it's just been left. But you can also see how you're distributing tasks. So for example, in the top left one, you can see that DB has a lot more tasks than the rest of us. And that's because whilst Jaden and I work on larger updates, DB works on a lot of bug fixes. So they have a lot more smaller tasks, whilst Jaden and I have a lot bigger tasks, which take longer. Then we've also got different lists. So we've got approved, on hold, posted. So that's for our media team. So we basically get them to upload Google Drive links there. We check them, we approve them. If there's loads done on one day, then we'll put some on hold and only post one per day. And then they go into posted so that if we ever need them again, then we can repost them because we've got all of them collated. Then we've got low priority, high priority, and mid priority. So that's like for development. So if there's really important bug issues, then that's how we format it. There's also for modelers, we have like one long card. So for example, for the Halloween update, we'll have one big card, and then within it we'll have sub cards. and that way we can put all the cosmetic sets that we want in this big card, and it's really easy to manage because you don't have like a long list. You just have one card, you click on it, and you can see everything that needs to be done. So yeah, that is our distribution phase. Next up, we have the production phase. So the production phase is basically just members of the team working on the projects assigned, and this usually includes multiple members of the team. So for example, for our recent Halloween update, it's not just one person, or in fact, let's use the Dungeons update that we've been working on. It's not just one person that works on it, but it's a whole load of people that work on it. For example, our artists worked on it to help create concept art. Our builders worked on it to actually help create the dungeons, but they also were involved in creating the functionality for this. Developers, they worked on functionality and incorporating it into the game. We had modelers work on mobs. I was working on animations for mobs. So it's a whole load of production that all comes together to create the final product. On the production phase slides, we have one photo of the volcano island, which is in the progress of being built. So it's not ready yet, but it's definitely in progress. It doesn't look like much for now, but it's coming along. And then on the right, we have the jungle island. So the jungle island, if you've seen Starnet, it's massive. It's filled with loads of flora. It doesn't look anything like this image now, to be honest. It looks much more alive, but it's just crazy how flora can bring an island to life so much. And so that's the production phase. Next up, our penultimate phase is the tweaking phase. So this is basically asking for and then receiving feedback about projects from quality assurance, making sure it fits the style of the server, and if not, then adjusting it to make it fit the style of the server. So in the tweaking phase, we get the QA team on the development on the alpha server. I'll go into a bit more detail later about how, in fact, no, I don't know. So the way that we manage the server, so it's a large proxy network on a big dedicated server. So there's a proxy server, there is a limbo server, which is where players go if the server's down at any point, so that we don't lose players. We have the production server, which is like where players play. We have the development server, which is where we first create concepts, and then once those concepts are done, we work on the alpha server, and on the alpha server, that's where our QA testers go, and it's where we can properly test out new features when they're not in a development state anymore, they're in a testing state. So these screenshots, they're basically QA giving feedback on features of the server, so giving us new shop prices, telling us about adding item limits, item sell limits, or making it more clear the skills that you get from using different pickaxes. And then the final step is the production step. The publication step, sorry. Where you create changelogs, create announcements, and deploy things to the live server from the alpha server. And so on the next slide, we have basically an announcement, and we have a changelog. The announcements we write before, ahead of time, and then we actually add the details once we've created the features. So the way that our announcement creating works is we come up with the ideas and then immediately start on an announcement, and then once we've finished the ideas and they're ready, that's when we add the detail in. That way, it's actually a really great way for us to come up with ideas, because it helps us see everything as if we're a player, and it helps us visualize kind of what's coming up in an update and if players are actually going to want to play in it. And then we have the changelogs, which is basically where we put new additions, changes, bug fixes. And so developers just put any changes that they do in there, and then we collate them all and post it pretty much once a week. And so that is the project lifecycle. So now that's kind of all the, I won't say boring, but it's all the like the life behind the Minecraft server is done. We'll go on to the new stuff coming on Starnet. So there is a lot of new content coming to Starnet in October, and I'll reveal the date at the end of this. But first up, we have 24 new fish. So could we show the fish video, please? So these are all 24 new fish. So we have 12 new volcano fish and 12 new jungle fish. And these fish are all exclusive to their islands. So you'll only be able to get them on the respective island. And not only that, but you'll need new rods to get them. You'll need bait to get them. The bait won't just be worms anymore, so you'll need better bait to be able to refresh these fishing spots. But also the rarities will be high, will be higher. The coin amounts that they sell for will be higher, and they'll just be harder to catch. So they'll take a bit longer to catch. And yeah, so I won't tell you the names of the volcano ones because that's coming later. But some of the highlights for me from the jungle ones are the mossy octopus, the mossy pufferfish, the mossy blobfish, and the lionfish. Those are my top 4. I really like all of them. And so there's a lot of new fish that you can catch. And yeah, but we'll also be having events now, which will happen during the days randomly, where it will boost the chance to get these exclusive fish. So they'll be a bit harder to get normally, but during these certain, I think we'll be calling them lucky hours, you'll be able to get a higher chance to get the exclusive fish. And so yeah, those are our 24 new fish, and those were all created by Gabbo. They did an amazing job. But now here's the bit which everyone's kind of been waiting for. The Halloween update, Spookfest. So, if we could show the logo video, please. So, this is our Starnet Halloween logo. We're calling it Spookfest, and it will be coming mid-October time. There's a lot of content coming in this update, so let's get straight into it. So first up, we've got some photos of the current map, and then on the next slide across, we've got photos of our Halloween changes. So immediately you can see the differences. So in the center, rather than the big tree, we've got a pumpkin. The little gazebo bits have all become giant pumpkins, and they'll be stuffed with giant candy on the top. We have the front of the hotel has become this evil sort of mouth creature thing. And then in the bottom, we have our pizza party minigame lobby, which is basically where you get your animatronic crates, which we'll be speaking about very shortly. And guess what, guys? It's a bit of a spoiler. Pizza Party is coming back. So next up, can we play the Pizza Party video? The pizza, cook it in the oven. So that takes 5 seconds. You right click and then you complete the order by giving it to the customer. And then you basically repeat this process, and if you get 10 completed pizzas within the 3 minutes, then you get an animatronic crate, which is how you get the animatronics, which I'll be showing quite shortly. Okay. Which bit? Just pizza party. Oh, okay. So this is basically pizza party. So you go to the fridge, you get your ingredients out of the fridge, then you assemble your pizza. No, you roll your dough at the rolling pin station, then you assemble your pizza, and then you go to the oven where you cook the pizza. But you can also burn the pizza. So if you burn the pizza, then you've got to throw it in the trash and start all over again, with the same order. If you get 10 completed orders within the time limit, then you'll get an animatronic crate, where you'll get animatronics, which I'll be showing shortly. There's different types of pizzas, and we'll be adding some power-ups, I reckon, ways to speed up your oven times, but also making it more difficult to to do your pizza. So there might be somewhere you've got to find a secret bit to find your ingredients. So yeah, that's pizza party. We'll just finish the video because there's only about a minute left. So that was pizza party. And so next up we have the Witch Cat cosmetic set and companions. So in our last year's Halloween update, a lot of people's favorite thing was our witch cats, and guess what, they are coming back. So the witch cat is now coming back as not only an NPC with a quest, but it's also coming back as its own companion. So if you complete the quest, which will be a fishing related quest, it will be quite difficult, then you'll get the Witch Cat companion, but you'll also be able to get the full Witch Cat cosmetic set and the Witch Cat companion all in one, by purchasing a Witch Cat exclusive set for 2,500 gems. So if you don't have the gems saved up, then I'd get running around the lobby to get some gems, because this cat is cute and the cosmetic set is very cute too. It will run around with you, and not only that, but it will boost your chances of getting exclusive fish. So if you're in like the jungle island, it will boost your chance to get the jungle fish. So it will be a very good companion, and you can get it from free-to-play methods, so it's cool. Next up, we have the animatronics. This is also one of the community's favorite things during the Halloween update last year. It was a very anticipated feature, and so we had to make sure that it returned. But this year it's a little bit different. So whilst we do still have the full-size animatronics, we now also have cosmetic animatronics. So if you go to the next slide, you might have already, but a bit time lagged on my side. We can see that all of the FNAF animatronics have been broken down into smaller bits. So we've now got a bunny animatronic set, a bear animatronic set, a fox animatronic set, a chicken animatronic set, and a golden bear hat. But also, all of the cosmetics in Starnet come with sprites. So every single cosmetic has sprites. And so these are the sprites for the animatronics. So whilst when you wear them, they'll look really cool on your head, in your inventory, you're still easily able to tell what they are, rather than having to kind of guess by a blob. via our sprite system. These will be obtainable through the animatronic crate, which you'll be able to buy with gems, but you'll also be able to get free to play by completing 10 orders during Pizza Party. So these will be highly anticipated cosmetics, so I would recommend getting your Pizza Party grind on. And next up we have, so that's like all our Halloween Spookfest kind of content. So next up we have our Volcano Island teasers. The Volcano Island has been teased for a long time. We've been talking about it for ages, and it's another outer island, so there'll be a lot more content. So here is a map of the Volcano Island. It's concept art. In the left corner, it says, "An island I found. It holds a volcano at the center." It's got this very desolate, kind of broken effect. It's going to have burnt down trees. It's going to be this massive volcano in the center. But not only that, but it's also going to have a daily event. So you'll be able to sign up with a role on the Discord to get a ping whenever the volcano event happens, and it will happen at a random time within an actual in real life day. And during the volcano event, the volcano will erupt, and there'll be loads of buffs. So you'll have a higher chance to get all the volcano fish. You'll have it will be easier to go into the dungeons. There will be more chances to get exclusive items. The chances of getting volcano items will increase. So it's going to be a really cool event, but also the volcano erupts, so that's quite cool. Next up is the names for all the volcano fish. So we'll be returning to the fish. Oh, well, you'll find out soon, Misapo. So our fish, the volcano fish, there's a lava stingray, a lava sunfish, the magma stonefish, the lava goopy, the lava sponge, the lava pufferfish, the lava squid, the lava eel, the burnt snapper, the lava starfish, the magma snapper, and the lava snapper. So there's a lot of new fish. Some of these will be rarer, for example, the lava stingray, the magma stonefish, and the lava eel. They'll all be slightly rarer. The lava sponge will be, I think, probably the rarest. And then there'll be more common ones like the lava goopy, the lava snapper, the magma snapper, and the burnt snapper. So they're all volcano fish. That's why they're all named lava and magma. But yeah. Next up, we have are lava mobs. So these will be mobs that you'll be able to find on the volcano island and the boss. So we have the lava minion, the lava warrior, the lava knight. We have the magma snail, the magma warrior, and the magma golem. They're all done by Gabbo as well, and they'll all have a lot of fighting mechanics. We also want to get VFX on all of them, so they'll look really cool. They'll all have multiple attacks. They'll have different idle animations, different walk animations. We're trying to make these as lively as possible. But they won't just be on the island, they'll also be in the dungeons. Which brings us to our last thing of this panel, before a bit of Q&A, but we've got to end in about 7 minutes. Dungeons. Dungeons are a long awaited feature of Starnet, and they are finally coming. Our dungeons are going to be extremely cool. They are going to have multiple different features. There will be mob rooms, puzzle rooms, bosses, but not only that, every single time you go in the dungeon, it will be different from the previous time. Because the way that our dungeon system works is it procedurally generates. So what that means is we've created a whole series of rooms And every single time you play, it will randomly generate using all the different rooms to create a unique dungeon experience every single time. So whilst you'll still have the same boss room at the end and you'll start in the same place, the path will be different every time. The puzzles will be slightly different every time because it will automatically rotate, and then you can't just learn a route for a maze. You have to know 4 different routes to be able to even get past the maze like really easily, because it can rotate all around. So you'll get different angles every time. But we've also got a mirror puzzle. We've got a lava puzzle where there's blocks on a wall, and then you have to press buttons and it will drop the blocks, and then you've got to get the lava flowing to a point. We've got mazes. We have so much content, and it's going to be really, really cool. So that is everything that we've got to show. But are there any questions before we've got to end in about 5 minutes? My favorite companion is probably the Beepoo or the Beepoo or the Ice Dragon, because the Ice Dragon was our first companion, and it was the first ever thing that I animated, so I really like the Ice Dragon. My favorite feature that I've worked on, right now it's the dungeons. The dungeons I've been waiting to do for so long. I love the dungeons. They're going to be so cool. But also all the seasonal events, they're really fun to do. I really enjoy those. I'm such a nerd. I am such a nerd, Fishy.
All right, last chance for questions, and then we'll wrap it up.
Worth to play on Starnet? Absolutely. It's great fun. It's very social. We don't have the biggest community at the moment, but we are expanding. We're trying out different marketing tactics, and we hope to expand and grow our community so much. Dungeons different on here compared to other servers. As I've already said, they're procedural dungeons, so you won't get the same experience every single time, which is different to most servers. Most servers you just join, play the same dungeon and repeat it. But this time you won't just be able to do that, you'll have to try out a different dungeon every single time. These updates, yes, sorry I forgot to say this. These updates will be released on October 17th. We'll have an announcement coming out probably later this week. Every single update that I've talked about today will come out October 17th. So grind your heart's content. You'll be able, you'll want to get your fighting skills up, your mining skills up, every skill that you possibly can up, because there's not only custom harvestables, custom ores, custom fish. You'll need a lot of items. It will be really cool. My favorite part in the...
Oh. Sorry, go ahead.
And then my favorite part in the process of coming up with updates from conception to release is probably the visualization process, because that's where you get to have the most creativity with it. And the favorite of the new fish, last question, I would say the magma stonefish. I really like the magma stonefish. So yeah. That's
awesome. Everything. Thank you. Logos, super cool stuff. So yeah, thanks for hosting that panel. Really appreciate it.
No worries, and thank you everyone for joining. It was really great fun.
Awesome. So let's wrap it up. Panel happening in just a few minutes, but we have loads of stuff happening on stream later on in the day. So make sure you tune in, make sure you're following, and we'll see you in the next panel. See you in a bit.